Hello, my dear friends. Today I would like to talk about intuition and how we can start to follow our intuition radically, without hesitation, without inner doubt, without overthinking, and without judging it. How can we truly embody our intuition and start to live from this place where we fully accept this inner guidance, this inner teacher? A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between following the ego and following the intuition? How can I really tap into this intuitive self? When you are following your intuition, you are experiencing joy, peace, expansion, love, freedom. You are experiencing this excitement because you are suddenly going to this tunnel where you receive signs from the universe, you get into the right conversation, everything kind of starts to flow in a way that feels really empowering. When you are following your intuition, you are in the zone, you are in your own flow, and you are in synergy with the perfect order of all things. I would like to share with you today something that I actually shared on Instagram yesterday. This is the Soul Synergy Prayer. This prayer is in my online program, Embody Your Life's Purpose, and I would like to share with you today. The prayer is, I ask and I allow my life to be in synergy with the perfect order of all things for the infinite good of all. When we are being guided by our inner teacher, our intuitive self, we automatically become aligned with this universal wisdom, with this mystical law of cause and effect, and we become a co-creator, but we also become a important component of this divine dance. We become not only the one that is always demanding from this mystical law or seeking personal benefit from this mystical law. We are not trying to grasp, or suck something from the mystical law, from the universal inspiration. We are being a real and active member of this universal inspiration. We are becoming a creative member of this law. We are becoming a creative member of this universal inspiration. When we become a creative member of this universal inspiration, when we become a perfect member of this perfect order of all things, we also reorder ourselves. We reorder our thoughts. We self-regulate, and because we self-regulate, we start to act in a different way, and the way that we act becomes an offering. Everyone benefits. We cause more joy in others rather than harm. When we become a creative member of this perfect order of all things, we start to talk to the universe, and we start to integrate ourselves with this infinite wisdom that is just here. And when we are operating through the ego, we are separate from it. When we are operating through the ego, every action leads to conflict. Every action leads to suffering. Every action leads to doubt. Every action leads to uneasiness. Today, when I was meditating in the morning, that was the message that was within me and calling for my attention, and I felt the need to share this with you because I know that most of you are in the same path like me. We are studying, meditating, doing healing sessions, reading all the books, seeking the truth. And it is so important to just remember that the truth is within. The truth is already there. The truth of who you are is already there. Is latent in you. The truth is you. Hi everyone, I'm interrupting this episode to make an announcement. I would like to invite you to join my online course called Embody Your Life's Purpose. If you use the code New Beginning, you will have a 60% discount and you will access the content of the course. Plus, you will have a private session with me. The course brings transformational tools and universal spiritual wisdom to help you break free from anything that is blocking you from truly embodying your soul's purpose. You will have access to more than 15 recorded sessions, and you will have access to one private session with me. During the private session, we will gain more clarity about where you are stuck or what is blocking you from truly expanding your gifts. And then we are going to create a vision for yourself that will help you to move towards this vision in a way that feels empowering and joyful. Go to the page lucamy.com/programs and use the code New Beginning. I will be more than glad to guide you and to know you more. And now let's go back to the episode. What is not truth is what the ego created, and what the ego created is false. What the ego created is this attachment to the word of form, this attachment to how things should be, this attachment to outcome as well. And I'm not saying here that we shouldn't work and, put our work and energy towards specific goals. We have only one goal, and I probably already talked about this. We have one goal. Our goal as humanity, is to awaken, to evolve, to grow, to integrate ourselves with the highest creative possibility for our lives. Is to embody God, is to start to live through the lens of God, is to embrace our true nature, true divine nature, and then extend and offer that to others around us. How we do that is different than how you express yourself in the word can be really different. And that's the beauty of being the body, is to recognize that while we have this body, we can just play with it, and we can honor differences, and we can honor how everyone is contributing in a unique way. But this is only in the surface. This is only what we perceive with the eyes, because if you just remove the identity of the body, if you just remove the label, the earth name, we have that pure goal, we have that one goal, and we are here to work together. Right? So returning to when we are operating through the ego, we are, really attached to this identity, the me, I want to do that, I wish I could make it. We are in this, even in the controller mode, we in the book A Course in Miracles. And for those who don't know what the A Course in Miracles is. Course in Miracles is from where I draw my spiritual wisdom. It is a channel book by a psychologist. The Course in Miracles brings the wisdom that we find in many religions. We find this wisdom in all spiritual traditions. So, and when I'm talking about spiritual wisdom, I am not talking about religion. I'm just talking about this recognition that we are not the body. And then returning to what I was talking about, a lot of the times we also give up because we don't trust. Sometimes we don't follow through. We have an insight, we have an idea, and then we get stuck because we don't trust, we don't actually follow that instinct. And because we don't follow that instinct, we keep ourselves prisoners of this never-ending necessity to feel guilty and not good enough. There is a passage of the Course in Miracles that says that, to feel that you are less than is to be arrogant. To feel, to be attached to your littleness is to be arrogant. And for sure, to feel and to think that you're better than others, that you know more than others, and you know what's better for others is also arrogant. That's the ego's game. The ego is constantly, playing with this dual realities, playing with duality, good or bad, right or wrong. And when we access this divine, pure self, we have sense of confidence for sure. It's a different type of confidence. It's not that confidence of the ego. It's the knowing of the soul. When we tap into the knowing of the soul, we are no longer vulnerable to the instabilities of the mind, to the instabilities of the word. My work is inspired by this universal spiritual wisdom, but I'm also a hypnotherapist. So I also work with the mind a lot, and I also work with this deprogramming of the subconscious mind. So what I'm trying to do here is to find a common ground and find that that space where we can recognize, where we can touch, and we can relate to each other. That sense of confidence, right? When we are being guided by our intuition, we are giving permission to ourselves. We are listening to ourselves. We are honoring ourselves more. We are no longer trying to please others. We are not doubting ourselves, because this knowing, the knowing of the soul, it's so potent. It's so much larger than this small self that wants to calculate and manipulate and stay in the comfort zone or stay in that fear-based action. When we are being guided by our intuition, we follow the signs and we trust them. We trust them and we honor them. We trust the images that are coming to us and we investigate them. We give them a chance. Sometimes when I am doing hypnosis sessions and I ask a client to allow the unconscious mind to bring an image that represents freedom, for example. And then sometimes a client can say, well, there is some image that is coming, but I'm not sure if this is right. And then I often need to say, it is right. Whatever is coming to your mind is the right thing. Whatever your unconscious is bringing to you, whatever your soul is bringing to you has information, has a message, has wisdom. It is important, and we have to honor this process. To start honoring our intuition is a process that is really beautiful, and we must be gentle enough with ourselves to, keep growing it, keep expanding it, because we can block it. We can block the flow. We can block the natural flow. So often, I see people also saying to me, oh, I'm not creative. I never had the skills, to be an artist or to be a painter or, whatever, a singer. Creativity is not art making. It can lead to art making, but creativity is an inner state of mind. Creativity is the ability to imagine, the ability to play with the elements, the ability to co-create whatever you want to co-create. If it's a dish, if it's a music, a painting, even a conversation, how we express ourselves can be creative. So often we bring the past into our conversations as a way to justify things or as a way to blame others. That's not creativity. Creativity is finding solutions. It is a way of healing, because when we have a creative mind, we are no longer carrying that old configuration of the past. We are rebuilding, we are recreating, rethinking. We become available to possibilities. So when we are being guided by our intuition, it is a way to bring the new into our lives, because the field is constantly pouring love, is constantly pouring creativity. We just need to release and remove the blocks that are preventing us from receiving it. When we are being guided by our intuitive self, we are receiving this infinite love, creativity, this intelligence, this wisdom and joy that is already available in the field, in consciousness. And I've seen a lot of my clients strengthening their intuitive skills through hypnotherapy and through the work that I do with my online programs and sessions, because I come from the perspective that we are all perfect. We are all divine beings. If we just remove the blocks that are preventing us from tapping to our true nature, we can easily live our lives being guided by it. We can easily channel this true nature. So I would like to invite you to check my website. You can sign up to my newsletter to receive some of the messages that I've been channeling. If you like the show, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.